Previously on Hunting with Tripler.
Okay. Do you have more? Can I?
have more.
That said, not working question mark?
What is happening, folks? Tripler here. If you want to see me make $100,000 in this one episode, well, you won't see it. But what you will see is me going out thrifting, trying to pull off a Switch Lite trade deal, and attempting to fix 2 PS2 fat units. And I can't tell you the results because we have the theme song.
I collect so many things. Would you like to share this journey with me? I will show you the prizes I got today. So come along with me, come on and join the chase. Yeah.
Folks, in today's episode, nope, didn't make $100,000. That was clickbaity. But I went thrifting and I found some really good items, quality items that I think if you're out there seeing the same stuff, definitely consider picking this stuff up. Things that I have been focusing a little bit more on, stuff like DVDs and Blu-rays, which, yeah, I've always picked up in the past if there's something a little bit rare. Certain DVDs or Blu-ray sets are really hot, and I'm making pretty decent money on some of those really popular titles, and some that are even more obscure. Years past, I used to focus on shoes. I used to watch a whole lot of YouTube videos of people who were either buying them, flipping them, fixing them up, or doing kind of the retail arbitrage, and I got really hooked on buying shoes. In fact, I have a massive amount of shoe inventory that I haven't even started looking at, mostly because it just kind of scares me. There are a few great shoes that when you see them, you gotta pick them up, and Kobe's are one of those. If you find Kobe's out in the wild, you gotta pick them up. Also in this episode, I finally pulled off another Switch Lite trade deal, and since this particular footage was shot, I've pulled off 2 others. And one that will be coming up in a future episode is like totally mind-blowing. And at the end of this episode, I really did try to fix 2 PS2 fat units. And I apologize to any of you out there who thought that I was actually decent at fixing items. This will prove to you once and for all what I am when it comes to fixing consoles. And I hope it is slightly enjoyable. And on this Friday, I hope you guys can enjoy a little bit of this footage because I definitely enjoyed making it. Sit back and relax. Okay guys, so what you don't see about this particular purchase is that I pulled it out of the box and I took a look to see if all the components were there, and what was surprising about it is I realized this was someone's personal computer that they actually built out. So the box showed it being just a case, which is a pretty good case. A Lian Li case those are fairly desirable. But once I realized that there were components in there, I got a little bit excited because even for just the case, the price that I would have paid for it was good. It wasn't great, but once I realized that there were other components inside, I was like, I'm definitely buying this. With computers, it's not just as simple as buying a computer and flipping it. Sometimes it's more valuable to take out the components and sell them separately. I sold one item, I've got watchers on others, but in the end, I should make just about $200 on this particular flip. So check out these listings here and you tell me, was this worth the purchase? I think it was.
Kobe's personal unit, keyboard and box, and this Lian Li. I just picked this up at the thrift store for $5. It's on Blu-ray. It makes it so nice. First trade deal I've had in a really long time. I traded a Switch Lite turquoise teal, whatever color it is. I mean, since it's been over a month, maybe 2 months since my last trade, this feels really good. All right, so let's take a look. We're gonna scan first. Game Boy Advance SP with Super Mario Advance 2. And then we got 4 N64 controllers. 2 of them are loose sticks. So these 2 I put in the pile. You can usually get about 15 bucks for them. And when you lot them up, you can save on shipping. These 2 are good. I always need N64 controllers. So for these, they'll end up in some bundle later. And then a nice stack of games. And I think we're probably looking at condition of the Pokemon Stadium and Extreme G. Unfortunate, but all the games in general are pretty decent games. I'd say there's probably over $100 worth of games there. It's nice to have GameCube games included in any deal, and this was no exception because it came with Super Smash Bros. I've tested all the games, they do work. They do have scratches on them, but the fact that they work and they play, that's all I care about. And this lot of games here is probably, I don't know, 100 bucks. Need for Speed 2 loose, and then 2 GameCube controllers that are good. The sticks are fine, but unfortunately it needs new thumb pads, which that's easy to get. And the rest of it is all Wii related. I cared most about the games right now because the systems are just making their way back or below what they used to be. Super Paper Mario, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Mario Kart Wii, Mario Strikers, Sonic, and the Secret Rings. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Dual Transfer. I've never heard of that. I think that's actually a decent, or not I don't know if it's a decent game, but it might be a rare game. Then the Wii itself, and some loose games. Wii Sports, woohoo! Link's Crossbow Training, Ben 10, and Crash of Titans. Crash of the Titans. Of course, it came with the Wiimotes, a classic controller as well. And for all of that, I'll put the total here at the bottom, but man, it's pretty nice to have this be one of the first trades I have out of the gate in, I don't know, a couple months, so it's pretty sweet. See, look at that, man. Sweet. And a couple decent games here. $3 a piece. This thing used sells for really good money. Turns on. Let's see if we get any errors. Install ink, okay. Not the worst error to have. It's a pretty common one. Let's see if we can do something else. Get out of there. Okay, found these little surround speakers. And then I found these red line speakers as well. Which is dope. Happy about that. Sealed copy of G.I. Joe El Dorado. That's sweet. Poster. 1984 and then Knight Rider. Oh my goodness. Needs new ear pads, but those are not very expensive.
In some of my videos, guys, I like to show you how to refurbish things and or to just DIY broken stuff. And it's not because I'm an expert on some of it, it's just because I've tinkered around enough in my life, taken things apart, put them back together that I feel somewhat comfortable fixing things that appear damaged. So you see that these headphones have the ear pads that look just shredded. Now, the Beats by Dre, Bose, and a few others have the ability to swap out the ear pads themselves. So for this particular project, I would say the complexity is probably right at about a medium. I'm not going to go through the process today of show you exactly how I refurbish these, but I do want to show you exactly what the nice new in good condition headphones are looking like with the new ear pads. They look fantastic, and the ear pads cost me $7 on eBay. Yeah, they're aftermarket, but they look great. I went through the process of testing them before I ever went and changed out the ear pads, and they charge, they sound great. Gotta be honest with you, there was a moment in time I was actually considering keeping these. So don't be afraid when you see an image like this, knowing that they can turn out looking like this. I do have a very basic and limited knowledge of how to restore or fix certain consoles, and Nintendo older cartridge based are actually the easiest ones to work on, as long as it's not a board related issue. And then as you get into some of the newer models, CD based or DVD based, so on and so forth, those become a lot more difficult. Last week you guys saw that I had a pickup of what appeared to look like amazing video game inventory, turned out to have a whole bunch of broken electronics. But I wasn't willing to give up on every single one of them. I wanted to give a couple of them a shot. So the two PlayStation 2 fat models, I had a feeling that those just needed a decent cleaning and potentially just a little bit of isopropyl on top of the laser, the lens itself. And since the issue was really just about reading discs, I wanted to give that a shot. So I'm going to show you guys really quickly me taking apart two PlayStation 2s and just taking a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, putting it on top of the lens, wiping it down, and firing them up again to see if they actually will read discs. I just want to show you what I'm willing to go through to get consoles working, as long as I don't have to spend hours on end trying to get them going again. So let's see how I did. Okay, so I have System 1 ready to go, controller, and I do have a game, Soul Calibur 3. We'll give that a shot. Let's see if we get some action on this. Good sign, we got the red. Let's turn it on. Okay, so we got the first one. Turn it on properly, that's the first sign. Will it read a game? Let's find out. This looks pretty good. Will it read? It is not looking good. This is terrible. Not good. Absolutely not good. So unit number 1 appears to be worthless. Let's try the second one now. And on the second one, we have absolutely no power. Well, folks, that will do it for this edition of Tripler trying to refurbish something and failing miserably. Talk about a massive waste of time. I want to play this clip again. This one right here. A little bit of isopropyl on top of the laser, the lens itself. Wrong. Totally wrong. I truly thought I had both of them firing up. Not only did I waste a whole bunch of time trying to get 2 broken PlayStation 2s to work again, I somehow managed to make the second one completely useless. It won't even turn on. That is terrible. And now I can properly assure you that I am far from an expert at fixing anything. Well, folks, that is going to do it for today's episode. I do have a pile of electronics that I was definitely planning on fixing, but I have lost a lot of confidence. And this sweet little screwdriver from iFixit, where I felt like I was buying a little glimpse into my future, feels like I'm holding a 1,000-pound brick. Anyway, folks, thank you again for stopping by. I hope there were a few items in this episode that you saw that maybe when you're out there in the wild, you can pick them up yourself. Make sure that you become a subscriber. I want you to be a part of the weekly journey, and make sure you hit that thumbs up button because my ego is at an all-time low. Thanks again, folks, and I will see you next time. Take care.
Next time on Hunting with Tripler.
I'm ready to check out, so start with the top. So let's start at the G1 Transformers and GoBots.